My name is Hemraj. I am a professional trainer, around 19 years of experience. I have worked various organization and various technology. I have already worked for the Nokia, Motorola, Ericsson's, Pioneers, Alcatel-Lucents, and the various technologies, suppose the RF engineering, data science, cloud computing, cloud technology, telecom clouds, DevOps, data science, AI machine learning, and so on, right? Now I am preparing a video, learning video for the Python programming, and I want to share this learning video to all of you. Those are beginners and experience level, and those want experience level, those want to see change the field, and so for the both, right? And my aim is also to create a step by step video and very deep. Reason is that कि Python is the very demanding programming languages, especially in the field of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and the data engineering, so data science. And the for the machine learning and for the data science, Python is the backbone for the both. So Python is very important programming languages. And as per the survey in the market, in these field, both fields, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science, 95% professional can use Python programming, right? So it's very important if anyone want to learn data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, then it's very important to learn about the Python, right? I am also preparing first learning video for the Python. Reason is that actually my aim is to provide the learning video for the data science and generative AI, right? But before we go for the data science and generative AI, Python programming is very important. And actually, I want to give you the maximum concept of the Python programming from the beginner to the advanced level, right? So first, this it's my first running learning video, and I start with the Python, right? The first video, that is the first part, we will cover the introduction of the Python. What is the Python programming, right? So I have already prepared slides for topic wise for the already for the Python, machine learning, artificial intelligence, generative AI, agentic AI, data science, each and everything I have to prepare the slides. Reason that I am also researching on the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data engineering, right? So it's my introductions and what's myself, what's my goal to preparing this learning video. I think it is clear, right? So now I jump to the Python programming language first video, that is the Python introduction classes, right? So in Python introductions, Python is a highly interpreted. Just 1 minute. Yeah, Python is a high-level interpreted programming language known for its readability and simplicity, created by Guido van Rossum and first released in 1991. Reason its tale, Python is a high-level programming. High-level programming means this is the these programming language are written in the human-like languages, right? Not machine-like languages, right? And if we are write the code in the human-like languages, then we required one interpreters that convert high language to the machine language, yeah, low-level language, right? So Python is a high-level interpreted programming language known for its readability and simplicity. Means we can read the Python program easily. Reason is that it's written in human-like languages, right? Human can understand easily, right? And Python was created by scientist, that is the Guido van Rossum, and its first release in 1991, right? And Python language are interpreted, compiled, interactive, object-oriented, dynamic, imperative, and open source programming language. And it's highlighted words at its own meaning. Right? Interpreted means runs line by line using an interpreter. We can see in the next slides or when we go for the practicals or working on the Jupyter notebook, then we can see it. The Python language Python written in line by line and also executed line by line, right? Not like the C++ whole program running in the bulk. No, that Python run and written line by line. That is very, very important. So debugging is the very, very easy in the case of Python. The reason is that these are the interpreted means run line by line, right? Compiled. Also, that is the compiled. Maximum language also these are the compiled languages. C++ these are the compiled language. Reason is that these are code written in bulk and all codes executed at the same times, right? So in case of Python, first interpreted means your high level programming written inputs convert to the machine language, then and that will be compiled, right? So this compiled happens internally, right? Externally, we have written the program in the high language, high level language. That means for the human like languages, right? To interpreted, Python are interpreted, also compiled, interactive. You can run Python command directly in the active cells. Means interactive means we can run. Suppose that I am using suppose that Mac systems. So we have the terminals. So we have directly run the Python program in the terminal. Those working in the window, they have the command prompt, right? They can directly run the program in the command prompt, right? These are the object oriented. That is a very, very important term. That is the object oriented, and that is the Python is very popular. Popular reason is that Python is a object oriented programming language. That means Python can support classes, objects, inheritance, and exclusion, etc. Right? This is also dynamic. No need to declare variable types. Python infers them at runtime. Means when you are define any variables, so no need to define the types of that variables. Python internally do it. Imperative support step by step instructions, loop, conditionals, and assignments. Right? Open source that will be that Python software available in the open source freely available in the market. That is the open source software. No need to purchase it for and invest the money. Right? The name comes from the Monty Python Flying Circus. Means why the name of Python? Python name region Python depend on the basis on the Monty Python Flying Circus. What is this? This is a old BBC television comedy sketch series, not from the snake, not from the Python snake, right? It is a versatile language used for a wide range of application, including web development, data analysis, artificial intelligence, and scientific computing. So this is the Python introductions. Now these slides show you the Python key features. What is the key features of the Python? The first feature that is the simple and readable syntax. Means Python is a high level programming languages. So this will be written in human like languages, not machine like languages. So we can easily read it. Right? Dynamically typed. Python does not require you to explicitly declare the data type of a variables. The interpreter infers the type at runtime. This allow for faster development, but can sometimes lead to runtime errors if not handled carefully. Right? Means already discussed in the first slides. Dynamically typed means we have no need to define when we define the variables, no need to define the types of the variables. This work will be done by the interpreter. So in the next slide, we'll see what is the interpreter, what is the variables, how can decide the variables. So we can discuss and learn in the next slides. But here we have to learn Python are the very simple and readable syntax, dynamically typed, extensive standard library. Python comes with a vast collection of models and packages for the various tasks, from file handling and networking to mathematical operations and data compressions. This batteries included approach means developer don't have to write a lot of code from the scratch. Means Python has a number, matlab thousands of library available, and these library have what these have code and modules, right? So we have to use these module packages and library to run the program and complete the task. We have no need to rewrite the code every each and every time. So we have to use just in build library and modules, right? Next point, next features are the object-oriented programming supports. Python fully supports object-oriented programming concept, including class, objects, inheritance, and polymorphism, which help in creating modular and reusable codes. Means Python codes are modular and reusable codes. We can use number of times, right? Cross-platform capability. Python code can run on different operating systems, including Windows, Mac OS, Linux without modification. Suppose that if I have the Mac OS system, I am using Mac PC, write a codes, then no, then this code also run on the window, also run on the Linux without any modifications. So cross platform will be not a big issue in the case of Python, right? These snaps also show same thing. Key features of Python: easy to learn and read, extensive library and frameworks, cross-platform compatibility, data science, machine learning tools, and web development. Then now going to the next slides. Why should you learn Python? The answer is that Python is one of the most powerful and beginner-friendly programming language in the world. Here, why learning Python is a smart choice for a student, professional, and researchers. First, same thing, that is simple and easy to learn. Readable syntax, almost like English. All means syntax, programming syntax that will be written in codes. That will be almost readable syntax, like the human, almost like English. Fewer lines of code compared to C++ and Java. Perfect for beginners and non-programmers. Second point, this is the Python is the versatile and multi-purpose. You can use Python for almost anything. Suppose these are the fields. These tables show you the field and use cases examples. The field that is the web development. The use cases we have to Flask, the Django for website and API. For the data science, we have analysis. For data science, for the analysis, we have the Panda library. For the visualizations, we have the Seaborn and others also. Suppose the Matplotlib also. That is the main library for the visualizations, right? Number of libraries. And for the machine learning, we have the TensorFlow library, scikit-learn, sometimes there's sklearn, PyTorch, number of libraries available here. So main important will be for the deep learning and machine learning. These are the TensorFlow, scikit-learn, yeah, sklearn or PyTorch. These are very very important library for the machine learning and deep learning cases. When you can study with the machine learning and deep learning, these library will be used, right? AI and NLP, natural language processing, transformers, SPCI, OpenAI, AI APIs. So these are the Python use here. Transformer also based on the Python. Transformer basically this is a model, right? That will be used for the LLM, large language models, that will use for the Chat GPT and other Gemini and others. And that the transformer is the very very important model for the generative AI, right? Especially for the large language models, LLMs. Also used for the automations, a script to automate boring tasks, Cyber security, ethical hacking tools, network scanning, we have used game development, Pygame, and Unity scripting. These are the library used for the game development. That means Python will use for web developments, for the data science field, in the machine learning fields, artificial intelligence and NLP, automations, cybersecurity, and game development. So it is a reason why Python is so much demanded and avail- so much demand in demanded in the organizations. Maximum organization use uh, Python, right? Third point, that is the huge community and ecosystem. Around 3 lakh plus Python packages for the Python package index available. Okay, ton of free tutorials. Suppose that number of, you can see YouTube videos, number of web pages available for the Python. The Python learning is very, very easy. Why reason is that material will be available. Number of materials, number of videos available in the free of course, right, in the market. The huge community and ecosystems for the learning. For the learning, what you requirement? We require materials. A number of materials available in internets, right? In the terms of video, in terms of the web pages, right? Fourth point, that is a career opportunities. The Python is in high demands across industries, right? Already say in case of technology, the data scientist, machine learning engineers, web developers, the role used for, that is the career for the Python engineers. In case of finance, also quant analyst, algorithm, trading, risk modeling, also use healthcare, medical image analysis, education, research, teaching, programming, automation, robotic process. So these are the number of field, number of organization, number of right, where Python will be each, and number of career opportunity available in the market, right? The company using Python, that is the Google, Netflix, NASA, Instagram, Amazon. These are the main company. Suppose other number of lakhs company available, those working on the Python, yeah, those required Python developer or Python engineers, right? Point number five, supports AI and data science revolution. Python is the number one language in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. Right? Easy integration with the TensorFlow, PyTorch, and Keras. These all are the library, right? These all are available for the machine learning and deep learning. Great for quick prototype and experimentations. Work well with the Jupyter notebook. Yeah, number of others ID available. I will discuss in the next slides. So about 10 ID availables that will be already workable with the Python. No issue. Number six, cross-platform and open source. Work on Indo, macOS, and Linux. Free to use and distribute. Support by major cloud provider AWS, Azure, and GCP. Point number seven, scalable and extendables. मतलब used for a small script or large scale systems, can integrate with C, C++, Java, R, SQL, and API. So these are the points why need to learn Python, right? Python, the main, this is summarized summary like that. Python is a very easy to learn, right? Point number two, in demand, much demand. 95% uh, or organization that work on the organization or persons, people working on the field of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science using Python programming, and around 5 years R programming, right? The maximum that will be used Python programming. Python have a number of inbuilt libraries and modules, so it's we can, and these are the reusables. So no need to type any times or every time the Python codes, right? So Python is very, very required and easy to learn. and everyone to need to learn Python. That and also lot of market job availabilities. This slide show you the quick timeline history of Python, right? Here we can see here that is the origin, and this side, the right side, that is the evolution of Python. So origin what? So origin means late 1980s. Uh, Gurdovan resume start to work on the Python, right? And February 1991, first versions Python 0.9.0 was released to the public. It includes classes, functions, exceptions, and core data types like list and dictionaries, right? And then after that, 1994 evolution of the Python, right? In 1994, Python 1.0 released included tools for the functional programming, map, reduce, filter. We'll discuss in the later each all these tools will be discussed, and very important, that is advanced Pythons, right? In 2000s, Python 2.0 release introduced list comprehensions, garbage collection via reference counting. 2008 Python 3.0 release, Python 3000's major redesign, better Unicode support, print functions, more consistent syntax, not backward compatibility with Python 2. 2020 Python 2 officially reached end of life January 1, 2020. Then 2023 latest version included performance boost, pattern matching, PEP 634, and continued ecosystem growth. Python 3.11 and 3.12 bring faster execution and new syntax features. Current versions of Python will be advanced. I think that is a 3.13. In 2025, that is the latest version 3.13 available in the market. Right. So these are the history of Python quick timelines. And this slide show you the all versions of Pythons, right? So Python start 1.02, 3.13, right? Especially late 25, I think that will be coming. These are the latest version is the Python 3.13, right? So how can check the install version in your system? Any system, suppose that you have the Mac systems, you have the Windows systems, you have the Linux systems. So these are the command Python space hyphen hyphen version and or Python 3 space hyphen hyphen version double hyphens, right? These give you the late installed version in your systems, not latest installed version in your systems, right? So these are the command. Write down Python space hyphen hyphen version. This give you the installed version in your systems, right? Now we move to the next slide. This slide show you the application area where Python is used, right? So already discussed in previous slide a number of fields where Python will be experimentally you can see each and every field Python will be used, right? So this is the snaps uh, that show you these things. So in the field of data science analytics, in the field of machine learning and artificial intelligence, web development, data visualizations, automation and scripting, testing and QA, web scraping, game development, desktop GUI applications, natural language processing, cyber security and ethical hacking, bioinformatics and scientific computing, geographic data, finance, trading and fintech, and embedded system and IoT. These are the maximum field Python will be used, right? So means you can say like the Python used vast used in the number of fields, right? These slides show you the programming language popularity comparisons. I think number of persons are familiar with these things, or some are the newer beginners. So we have the number of so many programming languages like C, C++, Rust, Go, Java, JavaScript, Python, Ruby, है ना, PHP, right? These are the all are the programming languages, right? So here these slides show you the comparison between these programming languages based on the performance ranking, easy to learn, right? So in the basis of the performance ranking approximate fastest to slowest. The C is the fastest programming language and Python is the slowest. Reason is that Python run step by sorry line by line and C run in a bundle. All codes, written codes run at a time. But in case of Python, Python run code line by line. So take time, right? Yeah, or you can say that is so it is slow. N- Next point, easy to learning, easy of learning, beginner friendly, and sleep learning curve. The Python is the beginner friendly. Reason is that very easy to learn. The number one for the learning purpose, right? Base language for different domains, right? So AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. Python is the number one language. 95% professional and organization uses Python programming languages for the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. In case of web development, JavaScript is the number one. Python also used, but JavaScript the number one. In case of mobile apps, Java also number one, Python not here. Game development, Python also here, but C++ using number one in the game development system embarked. Right. That means the Python is mostly useful for the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. Is the number one programming languages for the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and the data science. In summary, Python easiest, best for artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. Java and C, in enterprise big system reliable. C, C plus Rust, speed and control. If these are the very fast. If you want speed, then these are the useful. C and C plus plus. JavaScript, most useful or number one for the web and full stack. Go cloud native microservices. So these are the popularity language comparisons. This is the same graph so here. Around 31.2% use Python, right? That is the most popular coding language. This is the Python, 31.2% as per the survey, right? And Ruby, Java, and some of the that is the second, third, fourth light. But number one is the Python, that is the 31.2% used by persons. And this graph show you the popularity of the Python over years. So here from 2002 to 2020, the Python graph will be increased, right? Every years that will be increased. So Python is the very popular programming languages today, and person can use for the number of fields, for the web development, for the AI, for the machine learning, for the data science, for the game development. In the case, everywhere we can use programming, but most used for the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. So these are the introduction of the programming Python programming languages, right? Now I will show you the Python programming learning path. Though we will discuss in this series, Python programming series, we have decided, we have divided the total whole Python programming languages in the 9 parts, 10 parts, sorry, part 1, part 2 to part 10. Part 1, that is the Python basic beginners. Python basic form means that is for the beginner levels. So in this part 1, we have to install Python IDE, right? IDE. We have run on, we see about that, how can install the Python, what is the IDE, which IDE will be useful. So in this learning video series, we will use Jupyter Notebook, right? Jupyter Notebook is very useful for the artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. Maximum professional use Jupyter Notebook. So for the Jupyter Notebook, we will be use Anaconda distributions that have the on build-up Jupyter Notebook, PyCode, number of IDE available on Anaconda. So I will show you later, right? But we will use Jupyter Notebook, right? Python interpreter. What is the Python interpreters? And interactive by script mode. We will discuss in this part one. Input output functions. Suppose the input function and that is the print functions. Variable and data types. That is the integers, float, string, booleans, operation, operators, Python operators, arithmetic operator, comparison operator, logical assignment operators like that. We will also discuss strings. What is the strings, indexing of strings, slicing, string methods, all discussed in part 1. Type conversion and hands-on write a program to take user input and print formatted output. Right. So this is the part 1. Part 2, totally control flow. So in this part 2, we will discuss conditional statement, if else, loop for while. There are two loops, for or while loops, break, continue, pass statements, list comprehensions, and also hands-on write a program to print a multiplication table using loops. The number of hands-on will be do it, and you also do it availables, right? And part 3, that is the data structures. So we in three part 3 we will discuss about the data structures, Python data structures, that is the list, tuples, dictionaries, and sets. Part 4, we have discussed functions and modules. So we have defining and calling functions, function arguments, positional, keyword, default, args, quarks. We will discuss these things. Also a scope, local by global variables, anonymous function, lambda, module import from import, something like that. Module also use, also discuss here. Built-in module, math, random data times, hands-on, right? So in part 4, we will be discuss functions and module. Both are very important. Functions is very important and module also very important, right? In part 5, that is the file handling. How can create a file, how can open a files. These things we will be studying in the part 5, that is the file handling. Then go for the part 6, error handling, that is the exceptions, try, except, finally, raise, right? We have read about and doing some practical about part error handlings. Then go for the object oriented programming, part 7, class and objects, attributes and methods, constructors, inheritance, single, multiple, and multi-level, polymorphism and method overridings, excapulations, private, protected, and attributes, and also some codes, right? Then part 8, we have discussed about the advanced Python. In this part 8, we will learn about the iterators, what is the iterators and generators. Then go for the decorators, context managers, regular expression, map, filter, reduce, and some examples, right? Part 9, that is the Python library, applied Python, or also known as the scientific Python, right? Somewhere we can see this is the scientific Python. So these are basically library, and these are the very important. Means you can say ki your AI machine learning data science totally based on these Python libraries, right? And these are learning of these Python libraries very important. Suppose that NumPy, that means the numerical Python, full form is the numerical Python, Pandas, right? Matplotlib and Seaborn. So for the numerical operations, NumPy is the very suitable. For the data manipulation analysis, Panda will be used. So in data science, Panda will be much used for the data manipulation or data clearing, data like that, filtering, something like that. We can use Panda. For the data visualization, we have used Matplotlib and Seaborn. Request as used for the HTTP request, web scraping basics. OS for the file and directory handlings. When we can import the OS, then we can import the check the file for each and everything. SQL Academy, Data Science Interactive, hands-on for this. Part 10, that is the specialization. Choose path, web development, which path you will be interested, web development, data science, machine learning, automations, cyber security, game development, hands-on. If you want to go for the web development, there we have to read about the Flask and the Django. For the data science, NumPy, Panda, Matplotlib, and sklearn. Machine learning AI, TensorFlow, PyTorch. Automation scripting, OS, Selenium, Request. Cyber security, Cypotography and Escape, game developer, Pygame. So these are the models and these are the modules and the library used for these fields. So we have to decide in which field you will be interested. According, we can learn this Python library, right? Then go for the build projects, portfolio website, data analysis project, automation script, mini games. Like that, you can decide which project we have to build the project. These are the data analysis project, Titanic data sets, COVID-19. It's a number of project available on the market, right? And other point, very important point also I forget to tell you, we have also installed to install or we learn to work on the chat GBT or Gemini, any models, right? Chat GPT, I think that is a very good to check. We have to check for the any programming languages, any codes, very useful, right? So we have two things: Jupyter Notebook, right? We have a PC, Jupyter Notebook, and Chat GPT. These three are the very important for the any programming. No need to get any help from the any other persons, right? So these are the our course outline will be discuss uh, in these fields. So now we will be start with the Python interpreters. Right. So before what is the interpreter, we have to know about the what is the high level programming. That means high level programming. These slides show you the high level programming. What is this? Right? And why we tell Python is a high level programming language. So high level programming HLP means write instructions in a human friendly language in a state of hardware instructions. Means instruction written in Python, they are human friendly language, not a hardware friendly language. Right? Python is a high level programming language because it focuses on simplicity, readability, and productivity while handling low level details automatically. Means once program will be written in the high level programming means input are the HLP, then enter that your input going to the interpreter, and interpreter convert high level programming HLP to low level programming. Low level programming means that is the machine related understanding, machine hardware related programmings, right? Machine can only understand low level programming, not high level programming. High level programming means that is a human level, right? And low level means that is the machine level or hardware levels, right? So in Python, program written in high level, then interpreted, converts converts change it to low level programming. Low level programming means hardware instructions, right? Characteristics of high level programming: readable and closer to English. These are very easily. That means the Python programming syntax are very easy. So we can tell na, always tell or learn any everywhere Python syntax are very easy. Reason is that these are the normal English, right? Suppose that these are called print hello worlds. So these are the human-like languages, not the machine-like languages. In the Python is much easier than dozen of assembly instructions. Abstraction from the hardware. No need to worry about the register, memory address, or CPU cycle etc. This will be managed by interpreter, not by programmer, right? Hardware related concern that will be managed by interpreter, not by the programmer. Built-in library and functions. File handling, networking, math, artificial AI, etc. are provided directly. No need to no need to worry about these things, right? Portable code can run on any operating system, Windows, Linux, Mac for the minimal changes. Automatic memory management, right? No need to worry about these hardware, right? We have to only worry about Python programming, that is a HLP input. Why Python is a high level language? Python is one of the most popular high level language because it has simple syntax, easy to read and write, provide powerful built-in data structure, list, dictionary, set, tuple, etc. Comes with a huge standard library, batteries included, manages memory automatically, support object-oriented function, and procedural programming is interpreted, right? So these are the reasons why Python is a high level programming. Now here comparison HLP wise LLP means high level programming wise low level programming. Low level language means assembly languages, that is the machine code, are very close to the hardware. They offer precise control and are very fast but are difficult to write and not portables, right? So these are the machine language. Low level language means that is the machine language, not human languages. High level languages are designed to for program on productivity. They are easier to use and debug, but they require a compiler or interpreter to translate the code into machine readable instructions. Example: high level language Python, Java, JavaScript. These are the all are the high level programming languages. So these are the some comparison tables. These tables show you the comparison between two HLP, high level language, or low level language. Right? Abstractions, high level means high. That means in the case of high language program language, we have no need to worry about the machine language. Right? These are the only easy for humans. Right? But in low level, close to hardware, these are the hardware language, not human language. That means high level language human can understand easily, but low level language human cannot understand. Machine can learn or understand easily. That means high level very close to human and low level close to hardware. Performance high level slower and low level very fast. Portability cross platform or platform specific means portability means cross-platform means we can use HLP on any platform. Or suppose that Windows, Mac, and Linux, any platform. But low level are the platform specific, right? Readability, easy to read, write, very easy to read, write, hard to read and write. Example, Python and assembly. Python is the high level language and assembly is the low level language. Now, Now move to the next slide. This slide show you the Python interpreter. Why? Python interpreter. This slide show you the Python interpreter. What is the Python interpreter? What is the function of Python interpreters? Right. So an interpreter is a program that converts human readable code into intermediate form called bytecode and execute it line by line. Right. Suppose that here that is your source code. We have written these input files, right? And this go for the system, the translator, Python integrator. So what can do it? That can convert these codes into these code into byte code, right? And these byte code go to the virtual Python virtual machines, and that can generate the outputs. So these are the total workflow of the Python language, right? So interpreter is a program that converts human readable code into intermediate form called bytecode and execute it line by line, right? It translates one instruction at a time. If there an error, execution stop immediately at that line and making debugging easier. Two kind of application process high level language into low level language, interpreter and compilers. An interpreter reads a high level program and execute it, meaning that it does what the program says. It processes the program a little at a time, alternately reading line and performance computations. In Python, when you write a Python program.py file, extension.py file, it is executed by the Python interpreters. The default Python interpreter is the CPython, which is written in C language. There are a number of Python interpreter available in the fields, right? But C Python is the default. Means when you install Python software in your systems, so with the system, Python downloaders or Python installers, C Python interpreter is installed with the Python software, right? That is the default, right? And this C Python written in C language. The default Python interpreter is C Python and which is written in C language, right? So what is the Python? Sorry, what is the interpreter? Interpreter is a program that converts human readable code into intermediate form called bytecode and executed line by line. There is see same thing here. See in the snaps picture. These are the source program we are written in the uh, suppose written anywhere. Suppose that in terminals or the dot extension file something here, and that file go to the Python interpreters, and Python interpreter first translate to the this source file translate to the bytecode, and these bytecode go to the Python virtual machines, and these Python virtual machine convert, or you can say they give you the output. So this slide show you the interpreter by his compiler. So in previous slides already say Python are interpreter as well as compiler. Means Python use both interpreter and also compiler. Both interpreter and compiler process a high level language into low level machine code, but they differ in execution style, right? Features interpreter Python and compiler C++, right? Execution style line by line means code will execute it line by line in interpreter, but in case of compiler, code whole program at a once means that will execute whole program at a once. But in case of interpreter Python code will be executed line by line. That is a very important or big difference. Error handling, stop the first error, easy debugging. That means in case of Python or interpreters, code will be executed line by line. Suppose that first line will be executed. If any errors, then next code will be not run, right? So all error after compilations. But in case of compiler, whole program run at a once. The first whole program run, then we get the errors, right? So we can say in case of interpreter or Python, debugging is very easy. Reason is that can run line by line. But in case of compilers like C++ programmings, all program run at a once. So once whole program runs, then we get the errors. Then we can debugging, right? Speed, Python are slow. Reason is that these are executed line by line. C++ is the fast. Reason is that the whole program run at a once. Output immediate executions creates separate executable files. Example language Python, JavaScript, Ruby, these are the interpreter, and C++, Java, these are the compiler language. The compilers translate the entire program into machine code first, then executes. Interpreter reads and execute line by line, right? So these are the basic difference between a Python interpreter versus compiler, right? So these slides show you the some Python interpreters available. So C Python, these are the default Python interpreters, default and most widely used implementations written in C language. What you get when you install Python from the python.org means when you install Python, these will be default installed with your Python softwares. PyPy written in Python itself, JPython written in Java, IronPython, and MicroPython. These are the number of Python interpreter available in market, but C Python is generally used, right? And that is the default. C Python is the default interpreters, and that will be installed with the softwares, right? Python interpreter, memory management by interpreter. What is the functions? Python interpreter has a built-in garbage collectors, usage reference, counting plus cyclic garbage collectors, freeze unused memory automatically. The memory management will be done by the interpreters in case of Python, right? The previous already tell you in case of Python we have run the code in the high language level. No need to worry about the memory management that will done by interpreters. Advantage of Python interpreter cross-platform, easier debugging, interactive programming, and flexibility. These are the advantage of Python interpreters. Disadvantage of Python interpreters slower than compiled language, right? High memory consumptions, bytecode not as optimized as machine code. So these are the advantage and disadvantage of the Python interpreters. In summary, the Python interpreter is the heart of Python. It reads source code, translates into bytecode, execute using the Python virtual machine PVM, right? So these are the Python interpreters. These slides show you how the Python interpreter works, right? The step one, reading the source code. Your extension.py file source code is written in high level Python syntax. Python syntax that is the human readable. Human can read easily. Suppose that we have a code x is equal to 10, y is equal to 20 and print x plus y. That is the code. These are the x is equal to 10, y is all the input and print x plus y that is the your code, right? Step 2, what the functions of the interpreters. This source code will be written by the programmers and these codes sent to the interpreter. Interpreter what can do? First, that is the lexical analysis, that is the tokenizer. First step, yeah, first action you can take by your Python interpreters. The interpreter first breaks the source code into token lexical units. Example, x is equal to identifier, each assignment operator, 10 integral literals, print function identifier. This step is done by the lexer tokenizers. Means your whole code divided breaks into tokens. That is the tokenizers. Step 3, that is the parsing syntax analysis. One thing here, remember here, syntax is very important in case of Python. Syntax means grammar rules. Python's grammar rules. We have number of syntax in Python. That is the indentations. How can assign a variables? How can assign a functions? Right? How can assign operator? Sorry, objects. So these all have assignment rules. So these are known as syntax means that is the Python grammar rules. Right? We will study one by one. in the next chapter. So what is the variables, what is the Python, what is the comments, what is the statements, each and everything we will be seen in the next videos, right? But here no. So second, the step three, what done by the interpreter? Check the syntax. These syntax are okay or not. If syntax are okay, then that is the pass. If the syntax will be not okay, that will be syntax error, right? Step 4, that is the compliance of bytecode. Python does not execute source code directly. Instead, it compiles the AST into bytecode, a low level platform independent set to instructions. Bytecode is stored in .pyc file inside .pycatch, right? Underscore pycatch for reuse. Example here, x is equal to 10 plus 20. The bytecode using this is the bytecode written in the this form. This means load 10, load constant 10 is equal to load 10, load 20, add them and store result in variable x. So this will be done by the interpreter. After that, that is step 5, Python virtual machines. The Python virtual machine execute the bytecode. It is the runtime of Python. It reads one bytecode instruction at a time and translate it into machine level instruction that your CPU can execute. Right? Step 6, memory management and garbage collections. While executing, Python automatically allocates memory for variables and objects. Uses reference counting plus garbage collector to free unused objects. Right. So memory management and garbage collection will be done by the interpreter, right? Step 7, execution and error handling. The interpreter execute instruction sequentially. If a runtime error occurs, or divide by zero execution, stop the lines. And right. That means that means what? Interpreter runs codes line by lines. So once we can get a errors, then the next line will be not executed. So this is the Python, how the Python interpreter works. This slide show you the some key points to remember about the interpreters. Python compiles to bytecode, then execute via the PVM. First compiles to the bytecode. Bytecode makes Python cross-platform. Same bytecode runs anywhere with the Python installs. This bytecode run anywhere from the Mac, OS, anywhere. Error are caught early in the parsing, syntax error, or debugging execution runtime errors. Python uses interpreted plus compiled approach. In summary, the Python interpreter is a pipeline, source code, tokens, AST, bytecode, PVM, and machine executions. These are the pipeline for the code execution in case of high level programming, high level language, or you can say that is the Python programming. First, that is the source code, that is the high level language. Then go to the interpreter work here. First tokenize, then AST, bytecode, and then send to the PVM Python virtual machines. And then these can run the final, give you the final output. So these are the basic final how the Python interpreter works. Then show you here, right? Now move to the next slides. These slides show you the interactive mode or vice script mode. There are two modes in Python, right? Interactive mode or script mode. They are very simple. In interactive modes, we can run code directly on the terminal or command prompt by typing, right? Suppose that I am using the means MacBook, right? So we can open the terminal and write these codes and run these codes, right? So this is the interactive mode, right? But what is the features of interactive mode? Execute one line at a time. That's nothing new. Python also line by line working. Great for quick testing, debugging, and learning. Means we have the small code, suppose that one line, two line, three line codes, then go for the interactive modes, right? Immediate feedback for each commands, support Python shell, third party shell like Python, richer features, etc, right? Script modes what? Suppose that we have big codes, right? So we are running line by line on the terminals. That very, very weak task, right? Time taking process. So what we can do, we can make a script dot extension dot py, make a file with extension dot py and run it using the interpreter by this command python my underscore program dot py. This is our script. Under script we have the code. The first we have make the script and retain the code in this script and then run this script, right? So they give you the output. For examples, in this script my underscore program dot py, we have a program python x is equal to 10, y is equal to 10, print this is the output, right? That means interactive modes, so we can directly retain the codes on the terminal or command prompt or and other IDs. And in the case of a script mode, we have first make a script with extension .py file and that run on the terminals, right? The feature of script execute the whole program at once, best for large program and reusability. Error stop execution at the first occurrence. Program can be saved and run multiple times. So these are the interactive mode wise script mode. So these are the same here. These tables show you the key difference interactive wise script. These are the basic thing that is the theoretical parts of Python. I think this is a very very important. Theoretical and practical both are very very important. Some person can tell these are the theoretical is not usable something like that. But my point is that if you want to deep knowledge, the theoretical part will be very very important. Some person can working 90% person working on the some technology and some programmer, they are only knowledge about the programming. They know what the program we have to run, what the output will we get, but when go for the deep they have no knowledge, right? So programming, the theoretical part is very 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 important parts according as well as practical parts, right? So without theoretical practical is, I think that is no valuables, right? Eh, these are the key difference between interactive mode and script mode. So features execution style in interactive mode line by line, script mode whole file. Best for quick testing, debugging, learnings, and script mode best for larger project reusable codes. Input methods command type at Python prompt written in .py file extension .py files. Output immediate result after each commands. Output after running the file. Error handling stop at erroneous line, but you can continue entering new codes. Stop execution and exit programs. Storage command not saved. Code is permanently saved. So these are the very very important. These are the difference between the interactive and script mode, right? So thanks. Now close this learning video and start the new learning video for the other topics. In the next video, we will be covered Python installations process and IDs and some basics, right? So thanks for watching this my video. If you like it, please subscribe it. Thank you so much. Bye.